Now we're going to demonstrate these 4 safety rules. First of all, I would like to make the point that there is no live firearm in this classroom and our safe direction will be in this direction. Rule number 1, assume that all firearms are loaded. So when someone hands me a firearm, or if I'm picking it up off the table, and in this case I will be picking up a real live firearm off the table, my finger will be off the trigger, I will pick it up and I'm going to visually and physically inspect to make sure that the magazine is out and that the chamber is indeed empty on this firearm. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, do not allow your muzzle to cover anything that you're not willing to destroy. I'll use this blue plastic training gun that does not shoot, also in this safe direction, to teach about not muzzling anything that we're not willing to destroy. So we always want to establish a safe direction, and we talked about that earlier. Up would not be a safe direction because what goes up must come down, and depending on your environment, as we discussed earlier. So even though this is a plastic training tool, I still would not get sloppy and point the muzzle of this training tool at you. Because if you get sloppy with this, it's very likely that you will get sloppy with the real thing, and we never want to become complacent when we're handling firearms. Number 3, as you will note, my finger is off the trigger. It is planted firmly on the frame of the gun, not on the trigger guard. The only time that we want to move our trigger finger to the trigger is when our sights are properly aligned and we're prepared to take the shot. Then we would move our trigger finger to the trigger, and only until then would we put our finger on the trigger. And finally, knowing your target and what is beyond. Here is a visual aid to help describe that. In this case, we have a would-be bad guy who is a home invader. And if you were to consider taking the shot, the defensive shot in this case, what is behind him? In this case, it would be children playing. So it's very important that we always know what our target is, but in addition to that, what also lies beyond. So, thank you very much. These are the 4 safety rules of the Roll-On Woman.